So now's the time we're going to hear from some of our supporters. And the first one is Sophie Yates is going to talk to us about being a supporter. And Sophie is coming to us all the way from Australia. And I understand we're keeping her up. So I'm sure way past her bedtime on a Saturday night.
Honest,
so Sophie, over to you.
Hi, can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Just nod if you, yes, good,
Yeah.
good. Hi, I'm so delighted to be here, and thank you to Jean for inviting me to talk about why I support Ibba Girls School. I actually remember the very evening when John Bennington and Jean Hartley told me they were part of a group planning to open a new girls' boarding school in South Sudan. I was working with Jean on one of her trips to Australia, and at a workshop dinner, she asked whether my partner and I would donate. And I immediately thought it was such a great idea, and I've watched with amazement over the years as the school expanded from the first 40 girls to where it is now. Back then in 2013, I knew that girls' education was important. Because since then, I've actually done a PhD in gender studies, and I'm more convinced than ever that girls' education is the key to reducing gender inequality. My research was on domestic and family violence, which is unacceptably high all over the world, but from what I've read, it's particularly high in South Sudan. So in order to get to grips with the causes of domestic violence, I had to think about gender inequality and what causes that. And I came to understand that the real root of gender inequality is the fact that women do most of the unpaid caring, which means that they can't work as much outside the home and are on average required to be more dependent on men. And then this means that they have less power in individual families and in society as a whole, which makes them more vulnerable to abuse by more powerful people like their male partners or fathers or brothers. And women often can't leave because they're primary carers to children and have no way to support the children properly without the male breadwinner. Or if they do leave, they end up in worse financial circumstances. So the violence then worsens gender inequality, which worsens the violence in a vicious cycle. And the way to decrease these power imbalances is to increase the economic power of women, to give them more say and more choices. And one well-evidenced way to do that is to improve women's education. This helps reduce violence against women, but I also think it helps create a happier and more equal society overall. And the other reason that I think it's so great is that I'm an academic, and to be honest, we academics don't do a whole lot that directly makes people's lives better. We talk a big game about how to improve processes and what needs to change, but the actual work is done by other people. So it's very nice to see someone actually do something tangible, like start a school for girls, instead of just saying that girls need better educational opportunities. Jean and John are academics who have walked the walk and actually done something good for the world, obviously not by themselves with the whole team, but Jean and John are the ones that I know and that got me involved in this. So I support Ibba Girls School as a feminist, as an academic, and just as a person who loves reading the newsletters and seeing the girls smile. I think that's pretty much all I've got to say.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Sophie. Thank you.
And as a bonus, we all have the same stylish haircut, me and the girls, so I relate in that way.
We did notice you're modelling the Ibba Girls hairstyle. It's very impressive. Yeah. Thank you.